I decided to play this in October for a Halloween theme, but now it's December at the time of finishing everything up. I was meant to do Wukong first, but priorities I suppose. Supermassive Games' The Devil in Me has a total of 30 trophies across the board. The game is based on real-life serial killer Henry Howard Holmes, aka Herman Webster Mudgett, where his MO is luring victims to his murder castle via a boat and having them participate, willingly or not, in his deadly games. The choices you make throughout the game can affect the life of your character and change the dynamic of the story plot. But there's a couple problems. One, making decisions in an intense high-pressure situation is not my strong suit. Attack. Oh, fuck, man. And two, I'm a bitch when it comes to horror. Oh, it's a bird. Oh my... They really know how to fucking do sound effects, bro. The Devil in Me starts out with newlywed couple Jeff and Marie in Chicago for the world's Columbian Exposition in celebration of Christopher Columbus. I'll go into more detail in a lore video that'll come out soon. Anyway, they head into the World's Fair Hotel to check in, but there is no one there, until Mr. Holmes himself gives them a startling surprise. Once he learns that they're on their honeymoon, he upgrades their room and sets it on the house. Before they head to their rooms, Marie heads to the shop to purchase an item. We need both of these items for the collectibles trophy later on, so we'll circle back after this playthrough. Anyway, they discover a door with private on it. Marie becomes a thrill seeker and wants to know what's inside. I have my first stay calm sequence coming up because I hear Mr. Holmes coming, and I've never been able to be successful with the damn thing.
Sorry.
Are we lost?
What happens next is just the tip of the iceberg of what this hotel is all about.
I can't have you falling through floors and having your brains dashed out, can I?
No. Again, we apologize.
Think nothing of it. I'm only thinking of your safety. Wouldn't want you to get hurt.
While Marie is preparing to take a bath and Jeff misplaces his razor to shave his beard, or whatever you call it that's on his face, he notices the way back to the shop isn't the way he remembers, and then this happens.
What?
Oh my god.
Whilst Jeff is screaming out for Marie, Marie is just chilling in the bath until she hears something and thinks it's Jeff. I can either choose to investigate the noise or stay relaxed. In this instance, I chose to stay relaxed.
Oh. That's nice.
The big bad boogeyman has come for his prey. But Marie doesn't realize it's not her man just yet.
Your own strength. Easy, dear. Jeff, that hurts.
Hello, my dear.
Yeah, she dead, lol. Mr. Holmes opens the bathroom door to a distressed Jeff, wondering where his wife is, and sees him holding a blade and is in disbelief of the situation. So Jeff runs to get away, but the walls close in, forcing him into the next room, and it doesn't end well for just married Jeff.
Hello. Welcome to the World's Fair Hotel.
We get an introduction to the main protagonist of the game, a documentary film crew by the name of Lonnet Entertainment, run by Charlie Lonnet. The crew consists of 5 members: Kate, Mark, Jamie, Erin, and of course, Charlie himself. Charlie ends up receiving a call from a man claiming to be Grantham Dumet. He proposes that he and his team come to the infamous murder castle and film a documentary there, where the person who runs it now allegedly has artifacts and documents pertaining to the infamous serial killer H.H. Holmes. Once the crew arrive and try to get themselves settled into the hotel, they notice some strange occurrences. Jamie and Erin have their rooms close by to each other, so they end up hanging out in the same room. And let's just say sparks start flying between them. Who said romance is dead? We get to a scene where Erin hears a noise from a room coming from somewhere. So she grabs her sound sensor and traces the sounds until she reaches a room with the audio playing from a device when this happens. Before all the screaming takes place, when the blackout happens, Jamie was setting some stuff up before the breaker tripped, and so we had to work our electrician magic and fix the breaker. Alright, breaker's all fixed, everything is good now, right? Huh. funny. Whilst Charlie and Jamie are yapping to each other, they hear Erin screaming and run to try and help her. Erin is freaking out from being in a dark, isolated room, and the door to get in is basically stuck and needs a bit of work to get it open, and she needs her inhaler to calm down. Ironically enough, Dumet comes in offering her an inhaler, and so we have a choice to take the inhaler or attack him. Keep in mind, I like to keep everyone alive, but I'll just let what happens next speak for itself. From then on, I didn't want to kill everyone else off, but I didn't realize about the trophy till later, so I said fuck it. But I didn't want it to be too easy, I guess you could say. We get to a scene where Charlie and Jamie are lured into a freezer from a crying noise they hear. They get locked in and try to get out, but one of the door handles activates a trapdoor and Charlie falls through. Once we get through the dinner table scene as Kate and Mark with Dumet's weird mannequin fetish and then run into Jamie, Charlie finds himself in a basement cellar type setting. He has to go through a maze of doors and find the power to the downstairs, only to be met with the black cat anyway, and a bunch of other eerie shit, which ends up luring him into a blast furnace room. And his lure was his cigarettes he's been so desperately looking for. As he attempts to light one, he realizes he doesn't have his lighter because it fell out when he fell down. And Dumet must have picked it up when he was unconscious because this happened.
What are you doing? Don't. Please. No.
Stop! Please! Stop! Please!
I thought Charlie was dead here anyway, so I didn't exactly know what to do, lol. Well, RIP Charlie. While Dumet is trolling Jamie with closing the doors around her and forcing her to go the way he wants her to, she ends up going into a room with another fuse box, and this shit almost broke me, man. Thank fuck for no more fuse boxes. Kate and Jamie reunite and discover Dumet's lair or control room, whatever floats your boat, where he has eyes on everyone at all times and cables everywhere controlling the power, the screens and the buttons. Jamie and Kate develop a plan to use Dumet's traps against him, and while their plan works for a bit, he still outsmarts them with his previous background, which I will touch more on in the lore part of things. He ends up getting Kate and Jamie into a room with a glass wall trap. Basically, it's a moving mechanism with only being able to reverse its direction, basically making you choose to sacrifice yourself or sending it over to the other person. What did I do? I'm just gonna let it play.
Fuck this. I'm not playing this game. I can't do this. I won't kill you. I'm sorry. No, please. I don't want to die. How the fuck could you do this? Fuck you, Jamie! Oh.
Yeah, not too proud of that. We don't talk about it either, but it progresses the trophy, so it's a small win, I guess. Mark ends up making his way to the lighthouse as discussed by the group to try and signal for help. But in order to get to the signal for help part, we need to turn on the power. Before we get to the stairs to get to the top, we get a little surprise from inside one of the wardrobes.
Ah! Son of a bitch! Give me a dog any day.
Yeah, I'm so over this game, bro. Getting to the top, activating the power was electrifying. Literally.
Tampering with the seal is a federal offense.
Jamie makes her way to the lighthouse and hears some noise coming from a room when she's upstairs and checks on Mark when this happens.
Mark! What happened to you? Tim, run!
A police boat rocks up and the officer investigates what's going on. But little old Grantham didn't like that authorities arrived on his island. Once the boat finally gets started, now comes the final scene where I either keep them two alive or get them killed. I'll just let it play.
God, Mark!
This man is not human, I'm convinced. So with the first playthrough over and unlocking the unhappy ending trophy, the hope you enjoyed your stay trophy wasn't unlocking for me for some reason, which was the only bug I ran into getting these achievements. From what I read, apparently I had to re-roll the end credits and I'll get the trophy that way, so I tried it. You can tell the devs didn't try to fix it. So with the trophies earned in the first playthrough, I still had another 23 trophies to get. Most of these I did through chapter select so I could get as much done out of the way as I could, but the big struggle was not going to be able to skip any of the cutscenes, even though I had to play the game again anyway to keep everyone alive and get the guilty trophy. 8 of the 30 trophies are all collectibles related. 2 of them are premonitions, which basically shows you the outcome of certain scenes depending on the choices of your actions. One of them is audio tapes involving interviews with another serial killer that was caught. Another is business cards to do with the person running the hotel, who's apparently all occupations in one. Another is secrets hinting at the person who runs the hotel and everything involving his family, and logbooks from others who have stayed there, etc. There's a currency in the game called obols, which are coins you can find around different areas, and there's no limit to how much you can get, but you unlock dioramas when you pick up enough coins. But for the trophy, we needed 200. To get the other 4 collectible related trophies, I had to play through the curator's cut version of the game, but I wasn't done with the theatrical cut version of the game just yet. After getting some trophies through chapter select, it was time to do another playthrough and pick up any missed trophies. What I needed to do differently this time around was keep everyone alive for starters, so I can play a chapter as Aaron that I locked myself out of originally to start the guilty trophy hunt. Basically, there's an audio tape in one of the chapters you play as Aaron that plays this.
I want my team dead. I'll get them to you. This weekend. Just do it.
Jesus. Charlie.
And with Erin's background being audio, she somehow believed it to be true. When we get to the dinner table scene where everyone expresses their concern for the man not showing up, Charlie has to maintain control during dinner to earn the Toasty trophy. Throughout the game, Mark and Kate had broken up prior to them arriving at the hotel, but they attempt to work things out during the game, and you get incentivized for being successful with it seems like.
Well,
In a certain chapter, Mark and Kate are walking through the hallways when Kate stumbles upon a newspaper article just sitting there to do with what happened in the past coming back to haunt her. While she's explaining to Mark what happened, they hear a noise nearby. When they go to check it out, it's the wall closing in on them, and Charlie and Jamie are on the opposite side trying to get to them. While they try to hold it open, it doesn't go well for Charlie.
Charlie!
Ouch. So Jamie and Charlie get separated again. Once we come back to Charlie and relive the furnace scene again, I make sure to attempt to move the grate twice, but with Charlie's injury, it takes a little longer than expected, but he succeeds nonetheless. When it comes back to Aaron running away from Dumet after hiding, and heading into a room in what looks to be a suffocation chamber, the others hear her and Kate runs towards her and ends up being in the same room on the opposite side. So me being Jamie, I had to pick either Kate or Aaron to save. But what wouldn't be noticed too easily on the first run, Kate's window actually has a crack in it. So if you choose to kill Kate, Kate won't die.
No!
We had
What
to do
did you-
something! They were both gonna die!
Thank you. Thank you.
Finally getting to the waste disposal chapter, Dumet checks the furnace room and looks at what he believes to be Charlie's body burnt and walks out. And then rises Mr. Charlie himself. So with this shattering expectations trophy, the main way this works is you send the glass wall trap to whoever has the screwdriver. To make it easier, I just kept it to Jamie and just had to remember not to push the button lol.
Fuck this. I'm not playing this game. I can't do this. I won't kill you.
Once the crew arrive at the lighthouse, Aaron starts accusing Charlie of working with Dumet and Mark has a choice whether or not to tie him up. But in this instance, we're going to. Y'all remember Connie? No? Oh, he's the dog guy I accidentally threw a rock at being Mark during my first playthrough lol. But in this playthrough, I didn't and befriended him and he came on the boat with us while I attempted to keep everyone alive on the boat. The dog made it alive, I'm glad to say. But my dumbass didn't think about Charlie's death affecting the happy ending trophy, so I had to chapter select from the lighthouse. So Mark says he trusts Charlie so he doesn't tie him up, and then had to make sure everyone survived again on the boat, lol. Now finishing that playthrough, keeping everyone alive, I had another playthrough to do, but not from the very beginning. I had these 3 trophies left to obtain in the theatrical cut, so I started from waste disposal to kill Charlie.
Bastard! Yeah! Yeah! Ah! Ah!
What a way to go, man. Then killed off Erin in the barn, and then Jamie in the glass wall trap, leaving Mark and Kate alive. So when Mark gets to the lighthouse and gets the power on, and Kate arrives figuring out where Mark is, she enters the room and finds Mark on the floor, but a noise at the door. So we can either choose to investigate the door or go to Mark. So I choose Mark and this happens. And after all that, there is no boat scene. Instead, it's an ultimatum scene. Basically, Mark wakes up in an enclosed room and the window raises, showing him what's in front of him. If he wants to save Kate and have both of them live, he has to accept Dumet's proposal and call his next victims and follow the script.
Alright, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. Just let it go. Mrs. Collins, my name is Grantham Dumet. I'm not trying to sell you anything.
Yeah, with all the trophies we can earn done in theatrical cut, it's time to finally move on to the creator's cut version to collect the remaining 4 trophies. First thing was the inventory item, right at the beginning, so nice and easy. Only downside is having to watch the whole intro cinematic twice. Once we arrived at the spot we were dropped off at as the film crew, this was my opportunity to get the Say Cheese trophy. Playing as Jamie, we enter a code into the safe to obtain the last secret needed for the trophy.
I'm a genius.
And last but not least, playing as Mark in the spa chapter in the creator's cut. We get to a section where there's a saw blade in the middle with 2 mannequins imitating construction workers chained up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I got all 30 trophies in The Devil in Me to get platinum. I wish there was an actual platinum trophy on Steam, but it is what it is. This was definitely more on the easier side to get platinum for, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next supermassive game to platinum. If you made it this far, hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you legends in the next one. Peace.